What's this? Wow, he picked me.
What's up guys, Patrick here with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel, hanging out at my favorite campground, Turkey Swamp Park, Monmouth County, New Jersey, and I bumped into Rich, and Rich is going to give us a tour of his Budget Build beach bus, so join us.
Hi Patrick, thanks for having me on the channel. I want to show you my Budget Build beach bus. This was built on a tight budget. It's a 2010 Chevy Express that I bought on an auction, and we did quite a bit of work with it. My daughter did all the artwork on it. Rust-Oleum paint from the home improvement store. I tried my hand at vinyl wrapping and I did a halfway decent job. It was quick, it was somewhat effective, and it worked out pretty well. Everything was done, like I said, on a strict budget, repurposing a lot of stuff that we could find, pallet wood, found things, repurposed table, stuff from IKEA that would be thrown in the garbage we picked up. We have our Scrap Daddy's Garage moniker on the front over there, and that's interchangeable. It's just a piece of fabric stuck on with Velcro. I have a It's 5 o'clock somewhere one that'll stick up there too. We got 200 watts of solar on the roof, our Renogy system with a Wanderer system with a 170 amp hour battery. It runs our refrigerator, LED lighting on the inside. Added some little compartments under the side here to get storage. In the back, this was all painted just with a roller. Everything else is done by my daughter. This was her little art project. We have little things here, little alligator head. We got an AC system that we put in through the wall. It was like 150 bucks to add in. We could plug in when we're at a site where there's electricity. Let's pop open the door and take a look inside. Lots of room for beach chairs and luggage. We got 21 gallons of fresh water. This is all built as benches just with pallet wood supports. So I could reconfigure this as 2 benches or figure it as a U, and you could have more seating for when you're parked someplace and not needing a place to sleep. The flooring is all peel and stick tiles from Home Depot. Cost me 30 bucks for the whole entire floor. All right, this campsite here requires you to not dump your water on the ground. So we just got a 5-gallon bucket hooked up. If we're in other places where it doesn't matter, you could let the water from the sink flow right onto the ground. We got a water fill for our tank on the outside, lockable. Another compartment on the side here that reaches to our power cord. I have that underneath there. A friend of mine has a towing business, picked up an abandoned RV or a camper trailer on the LIE, so it was going to the scrapyard. He said, come help yourself, get whatever you need. I got my power cord, I got the whole entire 110 volt electrical system on it, pirated that from it, water pump, and a bunch of switches and other things on it. Okay, when we walk around back here, you see I added a backup camera to move it around in my driveway. It's kind of tight. I also added another one down over on the bottom, because that one may be a view only from the lower part. When I was looking for one of these, I actually wanted a single axle bus for this particular purpose. It wasn't too wide. It'll fit into a normal spot. I don't pay extra tolls when I'm leaving Long Island to go on vacation or somewhere else. So that saves me a lot of money back and forth over the bridge tolls. Let's take a look inside. Everything that we got here, we tried to repurpose as much as possible. The wood for our kitchen cabinets was made out of pallet wood I got from work. This was a TV stand that I got out of the garbage. The sink was a donation from a friend of mine, so I did buy the faucet. Now, if we need a shower at the beach someplace, we could pull down our screen, open our window, spin our faucet around, and have a shower outdoors. The screens were made just from bulk screening with Velcro, attach it on. Now, everyone goes crazy trying to get curtain rods. This is just a piece of galvanized wire that runs the whole length of the bus from front to rear. In the back, there's a little turnbuckle that can tension it. The material was bought online. My wife found some curtain material. I found Grandma's old sewing machine watched some YouTube videos, and I sewed the curtains myself, and I even sewed all the upholstery on the bus seats myself. The fabric was left over from a boat that I had years ago, and I was running short on fabric, so the tan inserts came out of my couch before it went out to the garbage. I cut the whole back panel of the couch out and sewed them in. It actually came out pretty nice contrast. We have LED strip lighting. It's just stuck on over here. Repurposed one of the switches from the front of the bus to turn it off and on. Out of the RV that I got from my friend, I got a little switch panel. So we have a switch panel for our rear lights. The other one runs our pump. The pump came out of the RV too, so that cost me absolutely nothing. So we did have to buy a stove top. So this is a propane stove, 2-burner. It runs off of a 1-pound bottle that I have all the way down on the bottom behind the baskets. Now the baskets now too, everybody goes crazy trying to build drawers or cabinet doors. They're only going to get in the way. You don't have a lot of space to move around. These baskets were 10 bucks each. Pop them out. Put them where you want. Carry them outside, put them on a picnic table, load them up with the stuff. We have little jars that are left over for our coffee creamer and other condiments and whatnot. Plenty of room, functional. It does not fall out. We drove driving around all over the place and it's fun. So you got 3 of those. My wife has room for her purse shoved down there. Extra water for drinking. We got a refrigerator here, an Alpicool system, which runs off of our 200-watt solar. That's a Renogy Wanderer system. So, works out very well. It runs 24/7 off of my system. I got a 170 amp hour battery that's located underneath. Everything else I tried to repurpose too. A lot of seatbelts left over, so what are you going to do? Use them for something. I have my seatbelt strapped holding that refrigerator in place. Also from the RV that my friend had, the whole entire fuse system right there, 12-volt fuse box, and the whole circuit breaker system runs there. We have our Renogy charger over there, so you could see I'm actually still charging power right now, even though it's quite cloudy where it is right now. Cup holder we added, that came off of my wife's old elliptical machine. Threw it on there, hold it up. The flooring, like I said before, Home Depot. Stick-on tiles. I actually put the floor in after the bus was built. I peeled off the old rubber flooring and then fit this in. Added the table is on the little garage organizer shelf brackets. This came out of the trash. It was an old IKEA table that someone was throwing away. My daughter added all the artwork onto it, revarnished it. This was an old cup holder from the car that's just held in there with some Velcro. Curtains again, screens for all the windows. Now we'll move into our bathroom. We have a SpongeBob themed bathroom. My daughter, the artist, came up with these little porthole ideas. I said, these are fantastic. I said, I need one for the bus. So on the other side, my wife wanted a mirror. So we have a porthole mirror. Simple porta potty, again, strapped in with a leftover seat belt on a little pedestal to raise it up because of the wheel well right underneath there. Works out well. LED lighting, toilet holder, just a piece of cord. You don't need any special. That's on the same wire that's going through for the curtains. The other side I had a little shelf. This was another closet organizer basket that I cut apart and re-welded just to hold a few things, bowls and whatever. All of this now, the only thing I purchased at Home Depot was this wainscoted paneling. This is just simple fairing strips. They were just cut, glued together, sanded down a little bit and painted. Not a lot of money invested in this whole project. Now the bed, like I said, it's all on. We have a metal shelf under this part right here that comes up. We store our solar sun shields over there. This can lift up. It can be configured in 2 benches or a U if we need more seating. So being that we're staying overnight, we have the full bed, full-size mattress. I am 6'4". I lay across this, no problem. A little tight, but it's comfortable enough. Got a little mascot crab in the back. The through-wall air conditioner, regular home unit that's here running. These were little covers for the compartments that went access to the light. So rather than covering them up, I made little screws that hold them on. We store our sun shields. The plug for the air conditioner is in there too. The other side I have my curtain for this back window right here. Curtains were made from the same material, just marine snaps on it. Snap it on in 4 locations. Same with over there. And we have solar shields that we could also slide in if we're in a sunny spot and we want some, keep the bus cool inside. Now under the bed, we still have open storage over here. Another repurposed seat belt that goes across to keep everything from sliding forward. We'll put bags through, put the handle through them like this so they won't be sliding around, hold them in place. For this trip, we packed a microwave. My wife wanted to heat up a heating pad, so we brought that along. Let's go to the front now, check out the cab. The bus had 139,000 miles on it. I put about almost 3,000 miles on it since I got it. It's a 4.8 liter gas motor, very reliable, very well maintained. I needed a little armrest, so got some of the material left over, so when I'm sitting, I could have my arm over here, adjust my radio, put a leather wrap on the steering wheel because it's a little worn out. The bus has factory AC on it with a little booster fan on it, so it's fine. If people in the back need a little AC, hit the switch, they get a little cold breeze. Repurposed all the switches for different things. Backup camera is running off of one of these switches here. We have our LED lights on this switch when you come in and out of the bus. There is storage up top over here. We got our solar sunshades in here. I'll get them out of the way. And we have our laptop here, my iPad. The sign here is interchangeable. Just have Velcro holding it on. I have another one that says it's 5 o'clock somewhere. We'll put that up sometimes. Store our pots and pans up here too. Our teapot, pots, pans. We've taken this thing to Cape May, Wildwood, Montauk, Orient Point, the Hamptons. So we enjoy going to the beach. We have a lot of fun traveling together as a family. That was another reason why we chose this amount of seats still in it. So I wanted DOT approved seats that have seat belts, not just sitting on a piece of cardboard with your plywood with a foam cushion on it. Now that you guys seen my bus, I want you to guess how much it costs to build. Patrick, what do you think it costs to build?
Put me on the spot here. All right, let me just review and talk about a little bit of what it has. This is a 2009 Chevy Express chassis, 2010 Thomas built bus. Yeah. 140,000 miles.
Yes.
Tires look good. I looked underneath it. It doesn't seem like any rust. The inside's really clean. How long ago did you buy it?
2021, 2 years ago. It's been done for 2 years.
So I'm guessing the bus cost about 10 grand. All right. Now let's talk about the build. 200 watts of solar, 170 amp hour lithium battery. You got a little porta potty, a little fridge, a cooktop. You got some hardware. So I'm thinking all in, this bus costs you about $15,000. What did you come up with?
I got a piece of paper here with everything down it. I'll open it up. Hopefully you'll be able to read it.
All right, so this is a list of all the
list
materials.
Of everything that was purchased. Air conditioner, a backup camera, everything else going down.
What are the big ticket items?
The refrigerator, $370. That was like the biggest ticket item. That's it. And obviously the price of the bus. We have $2,100 in just supplies to build it. The bus cost $4,150. $62.66 is the grand total.
Now that is a deal, because you think about it, if you just wanted to buy a 2009 Chevy Express van,
yeah,
with the same amount of miles, that van would cost you $8,000 to $10,000.
Oh, easy,
and it probably all
easy. Yep.
I guess if you're really careful and you find a bus that's really clean and well maintained, and you get a deal on it like you got, I don't think you get those deals anymore.
No, it would be a tough deal. It was on auction, so and I was sweating out at the auction when I was bidding on it, and
it's actually pretty smart to go with a bus over a van. And then this is pretty square. When you look at the sides of this, it's curved on the top, but it's a pretty squared off bus.
Yeah, it's not much narrower. You know, a full-size pickup truck is about the same size. Extended cam full-size pickup truck was the same length.
So the time it takes to build it might be less because there's less curves, less fitting. And what's nice about this build, if something did happen to this bus, you could probably take it all apart and put it all back together in another one in 2 weeks.
Easy, yeah.
What was your time frame for build?
I built it in a little bit about 3 months. I bought it in March. I picked it up in April. It was on the road in August.
And that's full-time working on it?
No, that was part-time after work. Come home from work and chisel away a little bit every day. Do a little project on it every day.
Well, I'm totally impressed. I've covered a lot of schoolies on this channel before. This one is very clean, very straight, very simple. I like the idea of budget builds. That's a lot of my viewers on the channel really look for these types of videos.
Yeah.
Not every build has to be $150,000, $200,000
Exactly.
build.
I couldn't afford that.
This is more relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's more obtainable. They could go on an auction and buy their own or find a used bus. So awesome tour today. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I'll put a link so my viewers could follow along with your journeys if that's cool.
Scrap Daddy's Garage. You could watch the whole bus being built in little bits and pieces. I think I have 20 videos on a playlist. Check them out. You could pick up some pointers to do this yourself. Not a lot of skill involved. I'm not a fancy carpenter, but you know, a few basic tools, you could duplicate this yourself.
And if there's one big tip that you want to share with the viewers, if someone's going to do this on their own, what is that?
Build it the way you like. Build it for a function that you need. I needed the ability to carry more people than the average person or a person who was living on it with 2 people. But it's a multi-function vehicle. We use it as a family vehicle. I could take it to the grocery store. It's not too big, but it's big enough. I drive it back and forth to work, you know, to keep everything moving and going on it. But it's a lot of fun.
Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Patrick.